Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s presidential run is driving liberals nuts. The Atlantic ran a headline article today titled, quote, "There's no such thing as an RFK voter." Never mind the fact that RFK Jr. defends the values the left used to hold dear. He's anti-war, he's pro-free speech, he's anti-corruption. And his campaign is working. According to a recent poll, he's supported by 31% of eligible voters who backed Joe Biden in 2020. Kevin Walling is a former Biden campaign surrogate, and he joins us now. Kevin, great to have you on the program tonight. You know, I am a little taken aback, I guess, maybe naively, that the response from most of the Democratic Party has been to either censor, ignore, or dismiss Robert F. Kennedy Jr., despite how he polls and despite the issues that he champions.
Well, it's good to be with you. I think that's going to be the case of any incumbent president, whether it be a Republican or a Democrat, to put down any kind of primary challenge that we're seeing from someone like a Robert Kennedy Jr. You saw it in 2020 when the incumbent president, Donald Trump, was challenged by two former Republican members of Congress, a former Republican governor of Massachusetts. They didn't want to acknowledge their presence in the race whatsoever at all. There were calls to debate, and the Trump team said, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to even entertain that. So you're seeing the same dynamic play out, I think, on the left now with an incumbent president of the Democratic side.
So I hear you. You're saying it's par for the course for an incumbent to ignore a rival challenger in a re-election cycle. But let me ask you about the substance of RFK Jr. You know, I do find it as well absolutely fascinating that he is dismissed as a quack among most of the left, where he is championing issues that how far do I have to go back, Kevin? 5? Do I need to go back 10 years that seem to be central to the Democratic Party's platform? Like, for example, being skeptical of international wars. That's not Joe Biden. That's RFK. You know, being concerned about the power and influence of big pharma and big corporations. That's not Joe Biden. That's RFK. Being concerned about free speech. That's not Joe Biden. That's RFK. Why make fun of the man who champions your previously held big positions?
Well, listen, Will, you make some interesting points. I think he's an interesting combination of both kind of right-wing held views and left-wing held views. As he's campaigning right now across the country, he's talking about sealing the border with Mexico. He's talking about, obviously problems with vaccines, in his estimation, in this country. He's talking about pulling support from Ukraine, all kind of issues that are more aligned on the right. He's also talking about toxins in our water, in our air, a serious concern of the left. So I think he's an interesting general election candidate, actually, based on those issues, some of the issues that you just pointed out, Will. But I think winning a Democratic primary is not against an incumbent Democrat of his own party is not going to be a successful operation for Bobby Kennedy Jr.
Yeah, I guess in a way, though, Kevin, what you just did is lay out for me the movement we have seen from the Democratic Party, sealing or caring about illegal immigration and caring about the sanctity of the border, questioning whether or not we should go to war in various places across the world, wondering about mandated medicines. I didn't think those were right-wing issues. I thought those were common-sense centrist issues in America, but the Democrats now see that as right-wing, and that's why they dismiss RFK. Hey, listen, Kevin, I appreciate having the back and forth in the conversation with you tonight.
Always a pleasure with you, Will. Have a good one.